Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to guide you through the complete process of installing macOS Tahoe version 20 6.3.2 on an unsupported Mac, specifically the 12-inch MacBook from 2017. I'll be installing Tahoe on an external drive so I can test it safely without affecting my main system. To get started, you'll need a USB flash drive with at least 32 GB of storage. I'm using a 64 GB SanDisk USB drive. Now let's begin. On your Mac, open Disk Utility, enable Show All Devices, select the SanDisk USB drive, and click Erase. Keep the default settings, AFS as the format and GID partition map as the scheme, then click Erase. Next, we need to download OpenCore Legacy Patcher. Now, one very important point you need to understand is that macOS Tahoe was officially released on April 15, 2025. However, the latest official version of OpenCore Legacy Patcher was released before September 1st, and no newer official update has been released after that. This clearly means OpenCore Legacy Patcher does not officially support macOS Tahoe, and it is very unlikely that it will fully support it in the future. So if you try using the official version, it may not work properly and it is not a practical method. Instead, in this video, we will use a modified version that actually makes this installation possible. Simply search for it on Google and open the GitHub page. You can also find the link in the description. From there, download the latest release, in my case, version 3.1.5. One downside is that most of the interface is in Chinese, which can make it slightly difficult to use. However, this version is the only one that successfully boots both the macOS Tahoe installer and the system itself on the 12-inch MacBook 2017. Once downloaded, install the application and open it. Inside the tool, select the option to download macOS, then choose macOS Tahoe version 20 6.3.2, which is currently the latest version. The installer is quite large, around 18 GB, so the download will take some time. After the download completes, the installer will be verified. In my case, a validation error appeared, but it did not cause any issues later. Now select the second option to install the downloaded macOS application onto the USB drive. The tool will now create the bootable installer, which also takes some time. Once that is done, create the EFI boot partition on the USB drive so the Mac can boot from it. This step is required because macOS Tahoe is not officially supported on this machine. Install the EFI bootloader onto the SanDisk USB drive. Now restart your Mac. As soon as the screen turns off, press and hold the Option key to open the boot menu. From the list, select FE Boot, which is shown with the external drive icon. After selecting it, hold the Option key again and choose the macOS Tahoe installer. Next, we need to prepare the disk again using Disk Utility. In my case, I am using an external drive, but the same steps apply if you are installing on the internal drive. Inside Disk Utility, erase the drive and keep the same settings, AFS and GID partition map. Once the disk is ready, start the macOS Tahoe installation. During installation, the system will restart multiple times, which is completely normal. After the first restart, you might see a prohibited symbol, which means the system cannot boot normally. If that happens, force shut down the Mac, then turn it on again while holding the Option key to open the boot menu. From there, launch the OpenCore bootloader, and while holding the Option key, select the disk where macOS Tahoe is being installed. This will allow the installation to continue properly. From this point, the process follows the standard macOS installation. Once installation is complete, the system will go through the usual setup process. After reaching the desktop, open the tool again and install it onto the internal EFI partition. so the system can boot without the USB drive. Finally, run root patching if any patches are available. In my case, I did not notice any major changes. Currently, Wi-Fi is not working and the system is quite slow and laggy. However, it is still possible to boot and run macOS Tahoe on this unsupported Mac. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.